All right, hello and welcome back to Pre-Algebra. We are now in Chapter 2, Section 1, Writing and Graphing Inequalities. All right, first thing I want you to do is copy down this handy-dandy chart into your notes. So pause the video now and copy this down. All right, let's have a look at a couple of important terms right here. Things that often get confused. At most and at least. Those are very important for you to realize. At most often gets confused with, oh, most. Most is a lot, so more than. No, no, no. At most means no more than. That means that much or less. So it's less than or equal to. At least often gets confused with less than because we think least. Least is very little. No, careful. At least. That's no less than that. That means that much or more. Very important. Now, when we are graphing these, if something is less than, that means it cannot be that number. So we use an open circle on our graph. If it is greater than, it also cannot be that number. For example, if x is greater than 5, it cannot be x. So we use an empty circle for that solution when we're graphing it. No more than, at most, less than or equal to means or equal to. It can be that number. So we use a closed circle. Our graphs would look like this if the variable term is on the left side. Very important. Write this down. If the variable term is on the left side of the inequality, the arrow, not goes and follows, the arrow follows the direction of the sign. Write that down in your notes and the corresponding graphs. So for example, if x is less than 3, right? X, the variable, is on the left. The sign goes to the left, kind of like the arrow. You can think of this like, ooh, that's an arrow going that way, right? But it really isn't. Shmoop. All right. There you go. Okay. All right, let's look at a couple of examples. We want to write an inequality. So let's write this sentence right here as an inequality. A number x, so we don't know the number, is at most negative 10. There's at most. There's that tricky line. Okay, x is at most. That means it's going to be less than or equal to negative 10. All right, twice. Twice means 2 times. Twice a number y. So that's 2y is more than is the same as greater than, negative 5 over 2. All right. To check your solution, tell whether negative 2 is a solution of each inequality. All right, we want to plug in negative 2 and see whether it's true. So let's replace y with negative 2. Negative 2 minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 6. Negative 2, we don't need these parentheses. Negative 2 minus 5, is that greater than or equal to negative 6? Well, this is negative 7. Is negative 7 greater than or equal to negative 6? Negative 7 is less than negative 6. So this is not true. No. Negative 2 is not a solution. All right. What about on B? Let's see whether negative 2 is a solution here. Negative 5.5, we're going to plug in. Remember, anytime you replace a variable with a value, put it in parentheses. All right, negative times a negative is positive. 2 times 5.5 is 11. So 11, let's see, is 11 less than 14? Yes. In this case, -2 is a solution. Okay, graphing an inequality. This is where your handy-dandy chart comes in nicely. Okay, so you can get that back out to check how to graph. We want to graph y is greater than -8. All right, so we need a little number line. Okay, here's our number line. Put some arrows on the end. All right, boom, boom. Okay, then we're going to graph -8 in the middle right here. Okay, and then a number to the left, which would be -9. A number to the right, which would be -7. Okay, where are we going to place this? All right, so 8 is not included, so we're going to do an open circle. You can do this on the number line. I'm doing it above so you can see it a little bit better. And then notice that this sign is pointing this way, so that line should go this way. Now we want to check to make sure that's right. So let's take a number over here, -7 for example, plug that in. Is -7 greater than -8? Yes, that is correct. So therefore our graph is correct. All right, and that's about all for this lesson. Good times. Check in again next time for another fun lesson in pre-algebra.